Installation of a Calisto 5 or Calisto 9 online DGA monitor. Installing the mounting stand and the monitor. In this video, we'll show you how to install the Calisto mounting stand with the monitor.
Please follow these instructions carefully to ensure faster startup of the Calisto and proper operation. When properly installed, Calisto can be virtually maintenance-free and it can have more than 15 years of expected useful operating life.
First, let's review the tools you'll need. 1 1/2-inch concrete drill bit. An electric or air-powered hammer drill. An air blower. A hammer. A 60-centimeter level. A 9 1/16 inch and a 3/4 inch open-end wrench, or use an adjustable wrench. And a level gauge. Before starting the installation, there are a few things to consider. 2 people are needed to complete this installation, both for safety reasons and to make the job easier. The Calisto mounting stand must be installed on a concrete pad with a minimum thickness of 152 millimeters to ensure a solid installation. The concrete surface must be smooth and level. The minimum pad surface area should be 406 millimeters by 570 millimeters. The wedge anchors must be located a minimum of 76 millimeters from the pad edges. The stand should be positioned so as to minimize its distance from the transformer's oil supply and return valves. This is to minimize the impact of harsh conditions, especially on the oil inlet line. Start by placing the Calisto mounting stand's base on the concrete pad and marking the positions of the 4 holes to be drilled at 190 millimeters, 7.5 inches, distance from each other. The holes should be positioned no less than 76 millimeters, 3 inches, from the edges. Remove the base and, using a hammer drill with a 1/2-inch concrete drill bit, drill the 4 holes to a depth of 89 millimeters, 3.5 inches, each. Use a hammer to insert the 4 wedge anchors from the anchoring kit in place. From the anchoring kit, insert a 1/2-inch flat washer and jam nut on each anchor and tighten firmly and evenly. The recommended torque is 68 Nm, 50 pound-feet. Insert another 1/2-inch flat washer on each anchor and then position the base plate of the Calisto mounting stand on the anchors. This will ensure that there is space between plate and ground. With a 60-centimeter, 2-foot level, ensure that the mounting stand is level in all directions before proceeding to the next step. If leveling is required, use the extra 1/2-inch flat washers from the shim kit. Next, insert a 1/2-inch flat washer, lock washer, and jam nut over the base plate on each anchor and tighten firmly and evenly. Firmly affix the top strut channel assembly at 76 millimeters, 3 inches, from the top of the Calisto mounting stand, using a U-bolt and 2 of the strut washers, lock washers, and hex nuts supplied in the U-bolt kit. Use a level to ensure that the top strut channel is horizontal. Unscrew the 2 hex nuts and the 2 lock washers from the shock mounts. Place the monitor in position and replace the hardware without tightening. Take the bottom strut channel and place the 2 spring nuts from the Strut Channel kit. Take 2 shock mounts, shipped with the Calisto monitor, and remove the 3/8 of an inch hex nuts and lock washers. Keep the hardware close at hand. Apply a drop of thread lock on one of the threaded sides of a shock mount. Loosely screw the shock mount into both the 3/8 of an inch strut washer and the spring nut. Repeat for the second shock mount. Place the bottom strut assembly on the post so that the threaded rods of the shock mounts insert into the monitor's bottom mounting holes. Use the items left in the U-bolt kit to install the bottom strut channel on the post. Do not tighten the U-bolt just yet. To adjust for any misalignment, move the bottom U-bolt up and down or the shock mounts left and right. Once the monitor is properly aligned, tighten the U-bolt of the bottom strut channel by alternatively tightening the nut on each side of the bolt by half a turn to ensure balanced compression on the monitor. Tighten the 2 bottom shock mounts and then place the 2 3/8 of an inch hex nuts and lock washers on the shock mounts. Tighten the hex nuts of the 4 shock mounts. Retighten the 8 1/2-inch jam nuts at the base plate to complete the installation. Installing the carrier gas cylinder. The distance at which the carrier gas cylinder attachment kit is placed from the concrete pad will depend on the height of the carrier gas cylinder used. In order to safely attach the cylinder, the strap should be placed at 2/3 of the carrier gas cylinder's height to ensure strong cylinder support. The cylinder could also be connected to a separate structure, but be sure that the distance between the Calisto and the cylinder is less than 6 feet. Tighten the 2 1/2-inch jam nuts on the U-bolt assembly of the carrier gas cylinder attachment kit. Simultaneously tighten each nut to ensure even installation. Place the cylinder on the support and strap it on tightly. Tighten the 2 other 1/2-inch jam nuts to complete the installation. This concludes the instructional video on how to install the Calisto mounting stand and the monitor.
Please follow these instructions carefully to ensure faster startup of the Calisto and proper operation. When properly installed, Calisto can be virtually maintenance-free and it can have more than 15 years of expected useful operating life. If you have any questions about this procedure, please feel free to ask for our help. Morgan Schaffer offers worldwide service and technical support. We are here to help you.
For detailed information, please refer to the Calisto 5 and Calisto 9 installation and operation manual, or contact Morgan Schaffer's Technical Support Department. This video was produced by Morgan Schaffer, a Doble engineering company, subsidiary of ESCO Technologies.